Forget everything you think you know about where early investments happen. Stop believing that it's all Silicon Valley, New York, or some big coastal city. That mindset isn't just outdated, it's straight up holding you back. Because right now, regional hubs are not just popping up, they're exploding with opportunities nobody's paying attention to. And if you're sitting on the sidelines waiting for another round to open in a saturated market, you're missing the biggest play of your life. Here's the brutal truth. Investors and founders stuck in the usual hotspots are drowning in noise. Competition is cutthroat. Deals are overpriced, expectations inflated. Founders grind for scraps, and investors fight for scraps of the scraps. Meanwhile, regional hubs are quietly building ecosystems that are leaner, smarter, hungrier. They have less hype, way less dilution, and real founders who aren't wasteful with resources because every dollar counts. If you don't pivot your focus now, you're handing your capital and your time to the same old saturated playground where margin and innovation get crushed by hype and overload. You feel it. That frustration of endless cold emails, meeting founders whose visions don't move the needle, or deals that feel more like a gamble than a calculated bet. It's exhausting. Every dollar you commit is a test of your patience, your judgment, and your gut. You want something reliable, something that breaks the cycle of overhyped startups with zero real growth. This is why regional hubs matter. They're the overlooked goldmine where you can find founders who actually want to build, where teams aren't chasing buzzwords but results, where the cost of entry and competition is real. But it's not as simple as just flipping a switch and moving there. You've got to get inside the mindset of these founders and these smaller ecosystems. They want investors who don't just throw money, but who show up with time, connections, and patience. Who understand that trust building here beats blitz scaling at all costs. You need to work harder at building those relationships because the networks aren't pre-built or glitzy. They're raw, real, and fiercely tight-knit. You have to become that person who brings leverage, not just cash, or you get ghosted. If you want to go deep into these regional hubs, start by ignoring what everyone else is chasing. Look for markets with no clear labels, but undeniable momentum in talent and tech education. Pay attention to cities that have local universities pumping out skilled graduates, affordable living costs, and founders who've done startups or work in tech, but got tired of playing by the big city rules. These are people hungry to make something that matters, not just grab headlines or chase exits. They need your capital, yes, but more than that, your guidance and belief when the system feels like it's working against them. Here's the next move. Don't just mail in, but actually visit. Immerse yourself in these scenes. Go to local meetups, founder nights, hackathons, the places where passion meets grit. Listen more than you pitch. You want to catch the vibe, the real problems, the unmet needs. That human layer of understanding is what unlocks the deals with potential, the ones where small investments here can scale bigger than anything in the overheated coasts. Be hyper-selective but open-minded. Don't copy the patterns you learned from big hubs. What worked there may kill you here. Regional investing demands patience, a long view, and yes, a lot more legwork in scouting. It's about being brutal with your criteria, not sentimental. The potential payoff? Getting in early before valuations spike, when founders and teams are hungry and willing to experiment. That's where exponential returns hide, quietly, right under everyone's nose. At the end of the day, the reality is this. If you want to really own the next wave of innovation and transformation, doubling down on the usual markets won't cut it. Jump in where the noise is low, but the hunger is high. Become the investor who's known for discovering raw, exceptional talent before anyone else sees it. Be the founder's first call in a place nobody else takes seriously yet. Build those tight bonds forged in grit and shared struggle. This is how you move from being just another investor to someone who actually shapes the future. And yes, it's hard work. It's not glamorous. But if you can step out of the old shadows and commit, the early regional hubs will reward you. Big time. So stop playing it safe and start getting obsessed with the real, raw potential hiding in these places. Your edge, your impact, your legacy, it's all waiting there, beyond the borders most can't even imagine breaking. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit the featured link to learn more.